alive, but that's okay. We're doing this again. Um, so yes, I've just restarted it. The live should be coming up right now. Um, you guys should be hearing me properly now. I don't know if you guys were hearing me earlier because I had a bit of an audio issue going on for some reason. So I think I might have fixed that audio problem, and I would definitely get ready to go. So for the game, but before we do this, I'm just gonna say what we're gonna do today. So today we're gonna be doing a race, as you guys can see. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the new graphics. And guys, this is my first time doing a live stream on my PS5 with the upgraded graphics, and it looks better for me, and it's gonna be way better for you guys on YouTube because it's gonna be in I can't say high level graphic, but it's regular decent graphics everybody watches on YouTube, which is 180 180p, which is normal for everybody on YouTube. Um, so today we're gonna start. So I'm gonna head right into it and tell you what car we're gonna be using today. So today's car we're not racing this car, and I took the livery off of it due to I was getting a little bit bored of it, and the race for this specific car that Max Verstappen did was like a while ago, and I was like, you know what? Let me take out delivery and just drive the car in the normal sense. But today, this is what we're driving today. This is what we're gonna be driving today for the one race, and I'll see what else I can throw in for you guys after. Um, this car is very decent. I kind of like it a lot with with how it is. This is one of my recent GT3 cars that I bought, so it's on the list of cars that I really like and enjoy driving. So with that being said, what what I'm going to do is basically hop right into it and get right into the race. I'm gonna go over the specs a little bit, as you guys can see on the screen. The specs of this car, it's 400. The displacement is like four something. It's 4,100 something cc's. RPM on this car is honestly it's 9,000 with 700 horsepower, and honestly, I feel like there's a lot more I can do to this car, especially when it comes to like this part of the car. There's a lot more that I can do. I'm not really gonna change much right now. I'm gonna leave it as it is. The only thing that I might change, and I feel like I might do that just before the race, because I was running on a strategy that I'm gonna try again here by putting these on medium, so I don't have to do it when I go in the race. It's already set. With that being said, let's head towards the race, and yeah, let's do it. So, guys, the race today is a lot closer to home. This is a track that I need to go see in person. I haven't seen it in person, and I've been living here for so long. I've never gone to this racetrack ever in my life. This is a Formula One F1 track here in Montreal, Canada. Um, it's called Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So it's a racetrack I haven't been to in person, but I've raced this racetrack in three different games so far: two Formula One games and a Gran Turismo. Obviously, I raced it in F123 and F124, and maybe later this year, maybe next year, F125 with the 2026 update. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be running this race. It's a 12 lap race. Uh, the issue with this race is strategy, which is tricky for me. So I have to be very like on point and race properly. Try to make less mistakes and run it, because as you guys can see, the tire wear is 10. Like it's X10, so which means like my tires get burned pretty fast, and for gas consumption it's times 7, which means my gas burns fast. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into this race, and we're going to call it a race evening. So that was my intro, and I'm gonna do more of a breakdown of the race after I finish it. So I'll show you guys my highlight, basically where I run through all 12 laps, but in the cinematic mode, and then I'm gonna do like a breakdown after that. So enjoy the race, guys, and let me know if you guys enjoy. And yeah, stay tuned. Woo! That's the win, baby. That is the win right there. That's the win. Oh man, that was a very risky strategy, but my rear left tire hanged onto his last tread. Very risky, but very, very, very risky. But like I said, I did it, guys, and yeah, I'm happy with that win. I pushed myself as much as I can and try to cut the mistakes as much as I can as well too. So without making a lot of mistakes, I tried my best to hold on and just push through. Hope you guys enjoyed. So we're gonna just go over to the review, the replay, and enjoy the replay, and we'll go over more stuff after. Enjoy. So yeah, guys, that was it, man. That was it. That was it. I'm gonna just let it. Yeah, car is slowing down. So that was it, guys. Yeah, like I said, fun race. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was a lovely race for sure. Honestly, it was a good race. How you say this? I'm definitely gonna do another race. In a few weeks time, I have a couple different race ideas I have done in the pipeline to definitely showcase for you guys. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna create a quick lobby, public lobby, and really quick, and then I'm just going to just do a drive around on the track with the same car that I just finished driving on, and then from there we're just going to call it a day after that. So let me just create. I think I have one loaded already. I'm not sure if it's a public one though. Okay, so let me do this quick. Let's go free run, public, free run. Not gonna change anything because or add anything. I usually do this in private, but that's fine. I don't mind doing it in a public session. So we're gonna just head back out on track really quick, and I can drive in a different view for you guys. This is how I usually get out of the cockpit. So yeah, this is the same track. I'm not gonna be going as fast. I'm gonna slow down actually. Driving around here is always a privilege for me because this is my home city, my home track in Montreal. Ah, two Canadians joined me. Hope they're from Quebec, or even in this case Montreal. Um, I definitely enjoy driving around this track a little bit. And I was so happy that they brought it to Gran Turismo because it's like my home away from home in the game, but still at home, if that makes sense. Because usually when I go in the track, especially when I'm in lobby mode like this, most people usually like always go on the same track frequently. And for me, because I have Montreal as my home track, I can always just like frequently pop up on this track whenever I want. Because, you know, I'm right at home, right? So yeah, guys, this is me. When I cross that line, I'm gonna do a slower lap. So yeah, that was turn one. Going to turn two. Going to turn two is a bit tricky for me sometimes. Because you see here where that line is. Let me just show you guys quick where that line is there. That line, that white line. I try to keep my car within that white line when I'm coming around turn 2, so I don't go wide. If I go on this wide or the edge of the Y, like right here, like around here, that means I've gone very wide coming through that turn. So I try my best not to go wide in this area. And this part right here, it's so tricky because if I come off this corner too fast, oh sorry, a couple of people coming out behind me. Let me just do a U-turn really quick. Then I gotta do another one because okay. Right around here, it's a bit tricky. Let me reverse so you can go through. It's a bit tricky right at this corner, as you guys can see, because right here, if I miss this runoff area here, I'm gonna end up on the grass. So my thing is try to just get on the apex or touch the grass a little bit, because if I touch the grass too much, I'm going all the way off. And then around here, there's turn now. Yeah. The goal of this turn is to get right up on this apex. Right, if I'm not right up on that apex, that red and white line, where the white line, the static white line is, I'm gonna go wide and try not to hit the wall coming through there. You know, this track is like, I know this track like the palm of my hand, because obviously I've never been on it in person, but I've driven on it so many times. I have so many hours on this track that I know it like very well. Still learning, but I know the track very well. And right here, this is the famous hairpin turn that everybody always stress about. Even I stress about it too, because it's the famous hairpin turn in Montreal on this track. A corner that I struggle with sometimes. It's a corner that I struggle with, so the trick with this corner, let me just try to do a UE really quick, because I'm going the wrong direction. There we go. Trick with this corner, you need to get right up on this curb, right here, right up on this curb, or try to stay in the middle where you see those like darker lines. That's tire screw. Try to stay within those, so you gotta get a good line coming down there. Because driving Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is very tricky, especially with a GT3 car. It has its challenges, but it's tricky. And just before I do a proper lap, this wall right here, we call this the Wall of Champions, and it gets its name, well, more like down here-ish, partially. So let me reverse a little bit. This part of the track gets its name for being the Wall of Champions, because a couple world championship drivers like Gilles Villeneuve, Damien Hill has hit this wall at full speed, and from there on I think they just nicknamed it the Wall of Champions. The most common part of the wall that you see people rub against is here. As you guys can see here, like when I was driving earlier, I almost smudged this wall a few times. I didn't get super close to it like this, but I definitely got close to it for sure. But yeah, and I'm gonna do one more drive around, a slow drive around, and I'll make sure to get out of anybody's way if there's anybody in the way. And I'm gonna do a cockpit drive around this track, slow one. Since I'm not really doing a lap, I'm just driving and talking. Guys, I'm barely putting like 20%. I'm like already like way over 100, like almost 130, and I'm. Oops, I didn't see this guy coming behind me. Oh, he's drifting. Yeah, like I'm just more driving. Um, yeah. I put it on free runs so people can have fun whatever they want. I was trying not to hit him, but I bumped into him, but that's okay. And like I said, the famous hairpin turn. And then also the stretch. This is one of many DRS zones around this track. But we call them straight zones now because DRS is no longer a thing in F1. But yeah, this is a F1 track. So I'm gonna do one quick lap and then head out and yeah, discuss a few other things, racing details with you guys. And then from there, head end the stream, and then I don't know when I'm gonna pop up again with you guys, but I'm gonna try my best to do another live stream soon. Different racetrack, same car but different racetrack. But the idea is to give you guys races, you know, so you guys can enjoy me driving. Since I haven't done a live stream since I streamed in January of this year. It's the first time I'm back in a while. Yeah, my first lap was like a 150 something because I was just driving around. I wasn't actually driving. So I got a 155. But now that I was actually driving, I did it. Let's see how long did you do? You did a 131, so I might do a 135, if not a 136. I did a 135.5. Because I'm also on mediums, so maybe if I was on soft tires, I'd go a bit faster. But I'm just gonna pause the game really quick and hit the chat. So here with me, the game is driving, and I'm just gonna be typing it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get fresh tires. I'm gonna switch my tires to soft, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Switch to soft tire, do an out lap, and then one one flying lap, and then I'm calling it a day. And if you guys are wondering why I didn't gas up, is because this doesn't require me to gas up. So I didn't put the function of needing gas here. So this is an out lap because I pitted and I'm now on soft tires. Like you guys, I did not see what this dude said. I saw my name, but I did not read what he said. So I'm gonna look at that really quick. Oh, okay, he just said go. Honestly, I don't even know what my fastest time around this track is with this car. I'm gonna have to go look and see. You gotta send it, man. Oh, he was waiting for me. I'm definitely not beating this time because as you guys can see, instead of that was green, it was blue. When it's green, when it's purple, that means I'm beating the fastest lap. When it's blue, I'm beating my fastest lap, not the track's fastest lap. The track's fastest lap right now is by a guy named Chop Chop. He did a 1:31.6. My fastest lap is a 1:35. Is a 1:35.3. Oh wait, let me put my e-lock on this. Just let these boys know I'm out. See if I can hit this dude up. He left before I can hit him up, but that's okay. I know there's people driving, but I try to let them know ahead of time because I don't want to be an asshole. Um, But that was it for me, guys. And yeah, so that was today's race. Today's race was exciting. If you've missed the race and you want to go rewatch the race, all you have to do is just when the stream ends, just restart the stream and you'll see the race. Um, with that being said, yeah, stay tuned for the next race, guys, and the next live stream. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it in the next couple of days or so, or weeks. A couple more track testing for me, so I can get used to driving on those tracks, and then I am gonna run them live as I do here. With that being said, yeah, thanks you guys for joining. Hope you guys definitely enjoyed today. I know I definitely did for sure. No question about that. There's one other thing that I do want to point out before I go. Right here, as you guys can see on my screen, it's the next update, which is coming around June 7th, I believe, or June 11th, if I'm not mistaken. But I know it's in June. I can tell you that much. We can read into the details here. Actually, no, I'm not gonna read into the details. But the next update that's coming to the game is these four cars. And honestly, I've been waiting for these cars to come to this game for a very long time because these are cars that everybody in this game wants to drive, especially the BMW, which I'm gonna point to right now, which is this one. That's the BMW right here, and then the Ferrari right here. This is a winning Ferrari, if I am not mistaken. So, and then also the Porsche, which I believe is another winning car as well. These are some fast cars that we've been wanting to drive. I'm not sure about the Peugeot over here. I'm not a fan of it, but these three right here, especially the Ferrari here and the BMW here, I really want those two cars. And then there's a new Porsche safety car in the background. And yeah, this is a new Gran Turismo update. Hopefully in the next coming weeks. And yeah, so with that being said, stay tuned. Um, don't forget to click that like button and click that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys, especially you guys want to subscribe and share with your friends, guys, so we can get more support in channel. We're up to 102 subscribers. I'm hoping to push that more and more. Once again, thank you for the support. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the race. And with that being said, peace out. Have a good rest of your Saturday and a good night. Peace out, guys.